welcome to this episode of MGP. We're doing something new on the channel. We're back in Roblox, and today we're playing this game called Roblox Central Railroad. If you don't know what Roblox is, it's essentially just Roblox versions of model trains. And we're in Roblox Central Railroad, and we are actually doing today, or at least I am doing a review on the Polar Express. Because, if you haven't guessed it by now, I've already made 2 videos that feature a Polar Express. One which is actually a teaser trailer for a game that I've made about the Polar Express, and the other was a Train Z race with the Polar Express, which was actually posted just a few days ago. So, yeah, I'm kind of a Polar Express geek, so I'm gonna be I'm gonna be strict here. I'm not gonna be overly strict, but I am gonna be exceptionally strict. I'm not gonna go overboard, but yeah, I'll at least say some criticism with it. But there's also a lot of things that I really like about this train here. So let's start with the locomotive itself. You got nice front interior. Oh yeah, I have the deluxe controller because I have Robux, so I purchased it. Why not? If you press the lights, this beautiful light actually comes on, and it looks like it's projecting like an actual beam of light, and it lights up. It's right down here just a little bit, but actually it's just like a decal thing that shoots out because the light moves around the camera. So it's a pretty cool touch, but it could be a little bit better. Yeah, this big plate thing right here that I'm dragging my cursor across, that is actually on the actual Polar Express from the movie. That's not actually there as far as my knowledge goes, but it kind of looks cool. If it's just pushed back just a little bit, then I'd be more happy. Something that I really hate about whenever I see Polar Express games on Roblox is that the front of the train looks hideous, but on this one the front just looks beautiful. Alright, let's move a little bit further back, shall we? I really like how they managed to include this rod here that I'm driving my cursor across. It's because a lot of these row scale games on Roblox, they don't actually have that. They're lazy enough just to have this rod that I'm dragging my cursor across, and the main rod down here that I'm dragging my cursor across. They usually don't have this one, so I'm really happy that they included it with this Polar Express. It's the same on that side, too. And here is where they decided to have a big step up from every other train in this game. There is full interior inside of the cab. You have the workers that are here doing their job in the cab. They also put 1225 on the side, Polar Express on the tender. And if you actually go into the interior view, of course you can see part of my face, but yeah, you can actually look inside, so it's really nice. There's also a front view. A free camera view. Yeah, there's just a whole lot of stuff that's customizable with the train. Oh yeah. Oh, here comes the Union Pacific A44. Yeah, I'll continue with the review after he passes by. And we're back. Yeah, sorry about that. He just had to pass by because we can't continue with the review unless he's gone. So, yeah. Also, in this game, the tenders of the steam locomotives don't really have the nicest coal in them. This has real nice coal. And I dig these, okay. Well, before we move on to the coaches, let's move on to the coaches before we, yeah. Okay, I want to say I love these coaches. They actually look like they fit the locomotive perfectly. There's tons of Roblox Polar Express games out there, including one that I have. It's not the one that I made the teaser for. It's just a generic row scale game that I've made that has the Polar Express in it. The coaches don't really fit the engine size. The coaches are huge in comparison, so I'm actually working on custom coaches for that. That'll be in an update in a future time when I'm finally make a teaser for that game. So yeah, these coaches actually look like they fit the locomotive perfectly. So let's go ahead and take a look with the puppet car. The puppet car has puppets in it from the movie. And yeah, so it has hanging puppets and a nice dark interior. I might as well mention that the puppets here, if you don't have oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this game you're able to collect passengers. The puppets are actually the passengers, because when you collect passengers, these people appear in the cars. So if you don't have any passengers on board, these puppets aren't here. Same with these people. So I like how they made it so the puppets are the passengers. I really like that. Move on to the next car. These cars are just your generic passenger cars, like Polar Express passenger cars with actual passengers inside. There's nothing special there. Like, and the only difference with the observation car, which is the car at the very end of the train, is that it has an observation deck right here, and that's literally it. Those are the only differences between all the different cars. So, yeah, we're almost done with this review. I forgot about the whistle and bell for the Polar Express itself. So, here's the bell. And here's the whistle. It's honestly my favorite Polar Express whistle ever! And I actually managed to import it into that Pro Scale Polar Express that I told you about that I made. Once I make a teaser trailer for that game, which is actually going to come out in a couple days, maybe tomorrow, I'll try to figure that out. But yeah, you'll be able to see that Polar Express in there. So one last thing I want to do before I go. I actually want to drive this Polar Express down in this game, what I like to call Glacier Gulch, even though this is just the mountain track. So yeah, let's get a move on.
Is everything all right? What should we do?
Well, considering the fact that we have lost communication with the engineer, we are standing totally exposed on the front of the locomotive. The train appears to be accelerating uncontrollably, and we are rapidly approaching Glacier Gulch, which just happens to be the steepest downhill grade in the world. I suggest we all hold on tightly!
Oh, I hope you enjoyed this video, or more or less a review. I didn't really know what video to make for today. I did have a plan, but it turns out that video was actually already taking way too much time, so I just decided to switch to this idea. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope you learned something about if you want to purchase this Polar Express or not, because one last detail, you actually have to purchase this Polar Express in order to drive it. So I hope you've made your decision on if you're going to buy it or not, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!